Hi, it's Scott Hamilton, ROCKFILE, back with another podcast review for your ears, this time taking a peek at the streaming film Palmer. Yes, you probably, when you saw this, said, well, this isn't what the kind of thing Scott normally watches, and it's not. But I am a Justin Timberlake fan, believe it or not. I think, as my roommate put it after we watched the movie, dude's the total package. You know, he's a good-looking guy. He can act, he can sing, he can dance, he can write songs. He's a pretty talented individual who is now broadening his reach in the arts and picking some pretty juicy roles to play. So Palmer is a very simple story we've seen several hundred times in drama movies, where a former high school football star gets out of prison after 12 years and is trying to make his life better through a series of events. I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but he has to kind of watch over a young boy named Sam. Now, this all sounds like your typical setup for a lot of these kind of dramatic films. The difference is you have some really good acting going on here, and it was directed by Fisher Stevens, who was an actor turned director, and I think those are some of the best directors, especially of dramas and things where acting is paramount over cinematography, special effects, and all that other stuff that goes with the movies we watch these days. And Juno Temple is in it. Wow, really played as skeezy as she needed to be, being Sam's mother. Again, not giving too much away, but the first time you see her. Anyway, Alicia Wainwright is in the movie, a few other smaller stars, and that plays to the benefit of this movie that makes it a little more realistic when there aren't a bunch of pretty superstar actors in the film, and Justin Timberlake is kind of playing a quiet, reserved role, and it fits well. He does a good job. Saw behind the scenes of it where the director told him, you're doing too much, take it down a little bit. And he obviously spent some time, you know, this was filmed in New Orleans. He obviously spent some time with some quote unquote down on your luck people, because he inhabits the character with this just kind of been through a lot, trying to do better, kind of tired. He just really inhabits the character of Palmer very, very well. And some things play out as you expect them to play out in this kind of movie, and there are a few surprises on the way. What the twist of the movie is, Sam, it's described in the press materials as a flamboyant young boy. Sam wants to be a princess, wants to wear a princess costume for Halloween, that kind of thing. So that adds another layer onto what Palmer has to deal with when Sam's mother disappears, and how that affects Sam's school life and home life and all that. This movie avoids the traps of going into Lifetime territory, and nothing against Lifetime. If you're into those kind of movies and those Hallmark kind of movies that all kind of play the same and end the same and that kind of thing, this just doesn't get too schmaltzy with it. Doesn't become a full-blown tearjerker. Doesn't go too far. It maintains pretty much an air of reality about most of it. A little bit of violence, a little bit of cussing and all, but overall, it's just a good drama about some people trying to, I don't know, find love in modern times. It's pretty well done for what it is. I saw that on Rotten Tomatoes, it's like 70% or something. If this is the kind of movie you're looking for, and normally Lifetime movies are a little too schmaltzy, too sentimental for you, you might really enjoy Palmer. Had a great debut on Apple TV Plus at the end of the month, at the end of January. It's one of their biggest debuts. I guess everybody was streaming it. And my roommate had it on over the weekend, and I just was walking by, and I'm like, that's Justin Timberlake? Wow, he's playing against type, isn't he? Sat down while we were eating lunch, and we watched the whole movie, finished it, and thought it wasn't bad. Again, not the kind of movie I would normally pull out, and it was just one of those afternoon things where, like, yeah, we got an hour and a half, 2 hours to kill, why not? Let's check it out. And it's surprisingly well done for what it is. It's very simple. It's not going to throw you for a loop. It's not going to be confusing. At the end, you're going to say, well, that ended the way it probably should have ended. And it doesn't go to the truly dark places that sometimes movies like this could go to. It touches on some pretty dark things, some domestic violence and some other things, but it doesn't really shove them in your face or become too extraneous with them. It's part of these people's lives, and it's presented that way, kind of matter of fact, and this is the way it is, and this is the way it should be, and things don't always go people's way, and it's how you deal with it, and it's all about the journey and that kind of stuff. So overall, got a positive vibe off this movie. The acting was all great. Ryder Allen who plays Sam, does an amazing job. It couldn't have been easy to play that part and that role and empathize with that type of character. It really was a well-done film for what it is. If you're looking for a drama, then check out Fisher Stevens' Palmer with Justin Timberlake playing against type, and he does a really good job. It's streaming now on Apple Plus TV. I'm Scott Hamilton. I'm ROCKFILE. If that didn't sound very definitive, well, it's just one of those movies. It's, again, not the type of movie that I typically enjoy, but I thought it was well made, and I did enjoy my time spent with it. So I don't want to go say, everybody run out and see this movie, because I normally review Deadpool and things like that, tell you to go see those kind of movies. But again, if you're looking for this kind of film, this is not one to skip over because it looks too Lifetime. It was actually pretty well done and made you think about some things and was interesting and well made. I'm Scott Hamilton. I'm ROCKFILE. My website is therockfile.com. Thank you for sharing, subscribing, and above all, listening.